Hola, hi. Happy Monday. Although for most people it isn't, I guess. So, today I would love to talk a little bit about what happens when we become visible, yes, but on someone else's terms. So, on a private level, I've been thinking about this and I'm really curious what you're going to share with me. It could look like that you only become visible to certain people if you show a certain side of yourself, an aspect that they really need or want. For example, they might want you to always be the understanding one, the helping one, the one who uplifts them, the one that is there for them. So then, in a way, they kind of show interest in you to a certain extent. Or it might be that you need to be the accomplished one for them so that they can brag about you. But what I'm getting at, yes, you become interesting to them or visible to them if you behave on their terms. You might become very visible if you start setting boundaries, but not in the way you want to, and they might turn their back on you and just walk away because you're not giving them anymore what they want you to be for them. So that's on a private level. In the more professional context, it could be that you're being told you need to do certain things to be visible as an artist. You need to do this one thing or not the other thing, or in the world of academia, you're supposed to look very professional and you're not allowed to show any playfulness whatsoever. Or if you are a musician and your label is telling you how to promote things. Yes. So that's the ideas I'm having with that. And so I think it can become very tricky because part of us maybe wants to show up, but not the way we are supposed to. And so this can become very tricky. And then obviously, if you go it your own way, you can get trapped into all the advice, how you're supposed to do the marketing to be successful. And it's only this way and not another way. And I think if you under a lot of pressure and if you feel like you have to make it now and not later, it's very easy to fall into this, because usually the things that are fast and quick, where you get many people to follow you or whatever it is, are the ones where you are becoming visible on someone else's terms. And I think, what I had to think of, yes, for example, as an artist or performer, I remember when you're applying for funding, it's very much that most of the times the fundings have very clear conditions. You have to know your idea already like a year beforehand. You need to show them already results. So it's very difficult for people like me, for example, who work more process orientated. And so there is a price to pay when you become visible on someone else's terms. And I'm not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong with it, but I do think it's important to look at the price you're paying. And does it mean, as a consequence, that you're actually having to become so one sided, or that only, a tiny aspect that makes you is allowed to become visible? And what are the consequences of that? And are you willing to do that? And is that really something that's wholesome for you? And wouldn't it be a better idea to take maybe things slower, to take a little bit more risk, to show sides of yourself be a little bit unexpected, do things when you share content other people are surprised by, instead of playing by the rules or trying so hard to live up to someone else's standards. And yeah, I'm personally, to be honest, I'm not sure whether it's the price we are paying for this is worth it, because in my book, becoming visible is about showing up as you and not as the you're supposed to be by other people. And, connecting with the people that actually are intrigued by the way you are, with all your quirkiness, with all the things you have to offer. So I know this is incredibly hard, but it might be that you just don't want to become visible because it seems like it's always on someone else's terms. And so then it might be a good idea to sit down and to ask yourself, am I actually becoming visible or trying to become visible on someone else's terms or on your own? And I think if you try to become visible on your own terms, it's more of an exploration. It might be the less safe path and harder, but ultimately more rewarding, because, what does it mean if nobody really knows who you are at the end of the day? Is that really becoming visible? You tell me. This is Anja Kersten. I work with hiding artists and creative entrepreneurs. Have a good day. Take good care. Bye-bye.